This is Richard Close, and this is a walkthrough on the selection process of why to use Edmodo as a learning management system. This is for the content of Fishing for Resources, a gamified course based on project-based learning for NGOs. The audience is for prospective aqua learning farmers, and for them to develop a business plan so everything is relevant. By the end of the game or the end of the course, they get a badge, a certificate, but they also get a business plan that's real and functional with resources that are local that they can take to the bank. So let's go on about Edmodo a little bit. Edmodo, as you can see, even in the coloring, looks just like Facebook. It works by a series of very short blogs. Your courses are over here. You have groups of people, and you can have communities of interest going along the features. I do notes, very much like Facebook, that can be folders, come out as blogs, come out as assignments, quizzes, or even polling. The polling feature is very interesting in terms of NGOs because I can take a look at what's going on out there and use it for information gathering. Same way I might do polling for a webinar. Once we click on the course, we have our course up here. I can join and add other people to join. A couple of members of our class have already joined. There's folders, posts. Everything is basically done by post. Here is a quiz. So let's filter it, and we'll change it to assignments. A typical assignment, and one of the reasons why teachers like this is it's so simple to use, is I can make a statement at the beginning of course, getting this started. There's 2 documents. Now here's our uploads. This particular document is the actual document they will do their plan in. This document down here is the actual multimedia course that was developed in Captivate, which exists right there. So these are simple downloads. This is a mode that I prefer to use in Africa because staying online is price prohibitive. An hour could cost $30–$60 worth of connect time, and that's not going to work. So skipping ahead of the content and needing a collaborative LMS is that any LMS can do self-contained content, but I want a very porous environment as a framework, and people go out into the internet to find solutions to how to build their business plan. This uses a project-based learning type style that I created in 2007 called the Global Learning Framework, where there's a problem, a discovery process, they choose to adapt, and they collaborate and share. And there's a document they download that goes with the online course that you're looking right here. That's a PDF. Each one of the segments that you see in the course has this framework. Now this has to be reformatted. This is very ugly. It just gives the structure, but it proposes a question. Who knows how to build a fish farm? Suggested link to it, other links they might find, and what information they find that is pertinent to finding help and training and advice for the business plan. Other areas is how do they build containers, how do they sell and market. All of this still has to be researched out. Finding and costing suppliers, building a budget. There is also be a spreadsheet in here they can plug numbers to, and at the end they assemble the plan. So the real reward is not just a certificate, but an actual plan that they can go to the bank with. So this is 100% relevant. The use of the information would be immediate. Matter of fact, a mentor would, in some of these cases, go out building these relationships. It's a relationship building course, and there can be discussions and all sorts of different uses of the Edmodo in the process. And that, in essence, is why I'm using Edmodo for its flexibility in terms of and simplicity. Most people know how to use Facebook. My key issue in doing a program like this out in Africa, it has to be zero or near zero training. There isn't time to train on elaborate LMS or grading or anything like that. we're not so concerned with elaborate testing detail. So the simplicity of Edmodo is really good for this particular course, and of course it has to be absolutely free, which this is. And that's why we'd go with Edmodo.